Hello. Okay, it's a wrong screenshot, but hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. This is my review for three whole shows of the TV Chit Chat review. We have Ready to Love, Put a Ring on It, and also Marry Me Now, all what came on over the weekend. And I ain't playing catch up, okay? So thank y'all for tuning in and being here for this whole live. So thank y'all to the live watchers, but also to those who will be watching the read of the play of it all. I hope everyone is having a great Sunday. I will be live again when this one ends around 6:30 to do Love After Lockup. So be sure to come back for that too because there's always something going on. Okay, at the JBs of the corner. Okay. Anyway, let's get to the show that we're here for. Even though I felt like Marry Me Now was a dumb show, I can say I enjoyed the last episode, so I do want to talk about it. But hello to y'all who are in here right now. Okay, right now. Hey. Hey, Jaylee girl, I'm honored to catch a live. You're running forward. Thank you very much. I try all the time. Okay. Hello to the peoples and whatnot. But I want to get into this because I don't want to be on here more than like an hour because again, I got to be live after this to do what's the show called? Love at the Lockup. And Candy Show come on tonight, and then Bad Boys Club come on as well. I will be live tomorrow for Bad Boys Club at 8 p.m. because of foolishness on Zeus, and the Bad Boys Club is always crazy. Okay, do not forget to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, dot and whatnot. Okay, do not forget to like the video if you are here. Like the video is a thing to do. So whether you're on your way in or on your way out, like the video before and after those things. Okay, you can comment in the comment section because this is a conversation. If you watching the replay, still comment because it's still something to say. Say your point of view here and there. Okay. Now follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner. Everywhere. Now look, I am here. Okay, I am here today to get into what it is to get into. Yes, happy Sunday. Hello. So, marry me now. This episode, we have a couple who have been dating for about 2.5 years. We have Amber. Okay, Amber and her man Alric. I'm like, Alric, that's different, but okay. So Amber wants to propose to her boyfriend Alric, who she's been dating for 2.5 years. They met on Tinder, okay, trying to get their bang on. And again, now 2.5 years later, they together. They moved in about a year after dating. So again, they're a whole couple or whatever. Now she does have a whole 5-year-old daughter who says Albert is like her best friend. So the daughter loves mama's boyfriend very much. They got a dog and a cat. Fine. A lovely little family and whatnot. Now Alric thinks they're doing a couples bodybuilding challenge competition because she's a personal trainer and he also works with her doing that. So that's what he thinks it is. And I was like, okay. Anyway, let's see. I can look. At first, I couldn't with this show either, but I love the ending of this particular episode. Even though last week's episode was kind of crazy and whatnot. So, she brings up to the little life coach lady that they've had some issues. It has not been perfect going on. He's had issues, contacting or interacting with other women, meaning he's cheated in some kind of way in the past, but they went to counseling. And that, it kind of came out. He had self-esteem issues. He had some insecurities and whatnot. And so she said she was able to understand what he was going through and what was causing him to do these things and reach out for attention from other folk. And I was like, but did he stop doing it? I mean, because just because you figure out, oh, that's the reason why he's an asshole, does not mean he stops being the ass of the hole that he was. But I'm gonna leave that be. And she said that that's all I had to deal with. I can deal with that and still be with him. And I was like, I mean, if you say so. So she brings up how the love I have for my daughter, which is unconditional love, the same love that I have for Eric or whatever. So that's why I'm gonna stick beside him. Okay, and propose him. And I was like, girl, look, a fool don't care how they look. Okay, so let's let her propose to this man who has cheating issues. If that's what she wants, that's what she wants or whatever. But she also brings up if he says no, that she don't know of their relationship, what I'm saying, could keep going because again, why don't you want to marry me? So we do see that she told her family know about the cheating a little bit or whatever. So they're like, girl, do you sure you went with that man? I already know. So she keeps things from them now because she didn't want them being too involved. But she does tell her sister in person about what's going on. The sister was like, oh, okay, was shocked but still happy. I'm so happy for you. I've never seen people be happy for folk proposing to someone who they know is a cheater. I don't understand that. But if you see they love each other, that's fine or whatever. And so, but the sister does bring up how if he says no, I will help her pack his shit. Because if he says no, why be together if y'all not leading towards marriage? I'm like, that's factual. That's very, very true. So we do see her. It's y'all the whole thing. She go pick out dresses or whatever. It was her sister, and a friend. So the friend, I'm gonna get married, and then the friend was shocked too, like what? Oh, okay. I'm happy for you. She told her daddy, her stepfather, that she's getting married. Her mama is out of town, so the mom is gonna be told in person, like the day that she's gonna propose. I'm like, that can go really, really bad. And the stepfather was like, well, I'm shocked. It's kind of weird or whatever. It's because marriage is a big step. It takes a lot of work, but I support you in what you want to do. And I'm like, okay, they're gonna just keep supporting her. She then goes and tells his sisters, his sister and his brother. Now she has issues with his sister because at one point when he was interacting with other women or whatever, and he told her, "Go ask my sister," knowing that particular sister was going to support him in his bullshit. And I was like, "See, you can't trust anyone who tells you to go ask someone who they know is gonna lie for them. So that's a flag right there, flag on the play." But I'm like, whatever. So her and that sister kind of, was at odds because she's like, I'm gonna defend my brother. I'm gonna believe what my brother says. Forget you. I love my brother. So her and the sister talked, and the other brother was there too. And the sister says because their mom passed away years ago, she stepped in. It was like the matriarch of the family. So for her, I have to defend my brother, be there for my brother, and just be his everything. And so the beef kind of stemmed from me feeling like you were taking my place and stepping in, what I'm saying, and being the matriarch in your family. And I felt kind of left out. But what I'm saying, we good now. It's fine. You love my brother loves you. But if push comes to shove, I'm gonna always take my brother's side because that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not, but even if he wrong, again, a fool who don't care who they getting along with. So, but the brother and the sister both support her in proposing to Albert or whatever. It's so sweet. Our mother will be so happy, to know that he's getting married. Because the thing is, I think both her family and his family know, like deep down, they're good people, but he just be, on some bullshit. So they're happy that she's gonna propose to him because to me that means, oh, he getting a good wife. Okay, but is he gonna be a good husband? I don't know, but it's weird, weird, weird. And the sister also brings up I may come off hard, okay, but again, it's because I have so much on my shoulders. So when we do see our mom come to town, day of the wedding, day of the proposal, and she's like, okay, so I'm gonna propose to Eric today, and if he says yes, then the wedding will be today. And Mama was shocked because Mama has had to cuss him out a few times, like him saying, I don't have time. You hurt my daughter. You want bullshit? I'm gonna kick your ass. But Mom supports it. I'm proud of you because you're doing what you want to do. You know what you want to do. Fine, fine, fine. This is gonna be an exciting day. I'm like, everyone knows these things. But I really wonder if the cheating was so early on that it's not an issue now. Because I'm like, these folks is too on board if he's a cheater. I'm just confused or whatever. But everybody supports her. Now we do see Amber put on a whole wedding dress and she went to what his man was, that little exercise class or whatever, the work class. And to propose, I was like, girl, you was in the whole wedding dress with that man. And everyone was like, what? Why is she in the wedding dress? What is going on? Are we getting pumped? I don't know. And I was like, I don't think so. But she's like, I love you so much. You've been through so much. We've done so much work on ourselves, and we've done so much work on our relationship. I love you, and I want to know, will you marry me? And he was like, yes, I will marry you. Now he was crying. He was very, very, sentimental. I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But when she walked up, he said, hey, why you got that on? Like, what's going on? And She gave her a little spiel. While she was talking, you could see him getting teary eyes. I was like, oh, I said, oh, wait, this man like really love her. But it could also be, I know I've done so much wrong to her. I'm so happy that she still wants to be with me after I was a fuck boy doing crazy things. And now we're engaged. Okay. And he's a handsome man and she's a beautiful woman. But I'm like, again, he was out here cheating on a lady and, doing things wrong or whatever. But now, she's proposed. He said yes. Okay. He does seem sincerely happy that she proposed. He does say he would have never said no. And he do seem really happy. He brought up how you beat me to the punch. I'm like, did she, sir? Or was you just bullshitting? I don't know. But again, and the reason I said this episode made me not hate the show so much, this is the first time I've seen with a boyfriend be so happy and getting married. I feel like the past two episodes, at least the last episode, I knew the man did not want to do that. In the first episode, we seen while that man said yes, a part of me felt weird, like, I mean, they happy, but whatever. This is the first time I felt like, damn, he really is excited about this wedding, this marriage, and he wants to be with her. It is something he has a little history of cheating, okay? And he was all hugging and kissing and hugging or whatever. And they have a whole little wedding. Boom, pow, pow. Okay, a little wedding went on. They were a beautiful couple. I love even how the minister or the priest or whatever she is, the pastor, okay, was dressed. I thought the pastor was real chic and whatever. But I loved her dress. Okay. Amber's dress was amazingly, it was like a pinkish color, not all the way white or whatever, and not a husband and wife. Okay. I was like, girl, I guess so. They had a wedding, he was crying, she was crying. Okay, they got married, said some little vows, exchanged some rings or whatever. And I hope they live happily ever after and work through whatever issues will arise in their marriage, because ain't no marriage perfect, whatever. But they did seem truly in love, and committed to each other. And I was like, whatever. But they also seem aware of the issues they have and what it's going to, take to make the marriage work. But I'm like, they looked great. Okay, styled beautifully. She picked an amazing dress, and whoever had his suit together was fine, fine, fine. But again, that's all we had for Marry Me Not. I don't mind that show. Okay, I really, really don't. It just depends. Like sometimes there be some stuff, and I'd be like, I don't think they should be getting, like last episode. I'm like, they shouldn't be getting married. They should not be getting married at all. But it is what it is, so that's fine, fine, fine. But let's move on. I want to do Ready to Love next. Okay, because that's the thing to do. Wrong button. But I want y'all to first do what y'all supposed to do, which is like the video. Because liking is always the thing to do. Let's move on to Ready to Love. I feel like this season has been dragging on for so long. I feel like no one is really a couple. I feel like everyone is getting on my nerves, but I'm here and I'm stuck. So I just have to finish it on out. So we have Clifton, Tina, Carmen, and Paul, Demetrius, Joy, Donovan, Dakia, Tori, and Sabrina. And I still feel like y'all is playing with me and wasting my time or whatever. So we do see that all the singles go on a whole little date, okay? I'm sorry, a little weekend getaway that Tommy sends them all on for people to make sense of who their connections will be here and there or whatever. I will say that Tina's ass did not show up for this episode, so we're gonna leave her be. Where was she at? Okay, so we had the rest of the folks around here who was here this episode. Okay, so Paul, Donovan, Demetrius, Clifton, Tori, Dakia, Sabrina, Joy, and Carmen. And I got all the photos of them as well. Anyway, so when they get to this little house, y'all know the weirdness that is between Dakia, Joy, and Clifton. Now Clifton gets there first. Okay, he said, I want to make sure I have some quality time with both the kid and Joy. That's what I want to do this episode, what's it called? This on this trip. And so the kid gets there second. The kid, I want to have some time in on the couch with my cuddly little teddy bear with Clifton. Those are the conversations me and Clifton had. Cool, cool, cool. Then Joy gets there, and Joy comes in. She's like, I want to be in the room with Clifton. So she gonna find the room that he picked, and she puts her stuff in that room. And Clifton happened to have, to me, it seemed like he was like the master suite of the whole house because it was there first. It makes sense. So I do feel like, was that a plan? Was that a plan? To get the, because someone was like bunk beds too, and because Clifton's the big guy, whatever. I guess it makes sense. But it was just funny that Clifton, the kid, and Joy were the first three there, and that's like a little threesome. Now Sabrina get there, whatever, and she see two bags on the bed, and she's like, "So who's sharing rooms? What's going on?" And even though Clifton plays stupid, like I don't know who is that. Somebody else's bag. I don't know. But I know who bag. I can tell who bag it is by the smell. But I guess so. I'm like, listen, why you playing dumb? Because my thing is, if you are not comfortable with sharing a bedroom, one big bed. But if you're not comfortable sharing a bed with Joy, why wouldn't you say, well, Joy, maybe not put your stuff in here, maybe go find your own room? Okay. But again, he says to Sabrina and to Kia that he knows who bad that is, but he don't really say, but she ain't sleeping in here. He let it go. Okay. Now the kids feel like, I think that means that Joy and Clifton made a whole deliberate decision to come here and share a room. Because why else would she pick a room with him when there are other available rooms here that she could have picked? But she chose to sleep in his room. And so it was just weird. So then the kid feels like, well, all weekend things were off between her and Clifton because, again, I don't want to ask him about Joy. Okay. However, I wish he'll be more open to what's going on because he not paying me no damn attention. And because I feel like they made a deliberate decision to sleep in the same room, I'm in a bad mood now because he on bullshit. I do feel like Clifton moved real snake-like in that situation because even though you may not feel like you owe either Joy or the kid a direct answer over who you want to be with, you can at least let her know, hey, me and Joy cool. So we're gonna share a room, but I still want to, talk to you. It seemed like Clifton did not say anything or explain anything to the kid, and she was just left on stuck. And I'm like, I guess so, but I'm leave that be too. So we do see Tori and Demetri talk, which to me was weird because we rarely see Troy or him talking to other people. So why y'all talking to each other? Y'all only connection is Sabrina, and I feel like Tori. No, you don't have no more connections here, bro. So what you here for? It's really, even though he likes Sabrina, he also be an asshole to Sabrina, and that's why I'm like, it kind of be on bullshit. But it's fine. Now they both bring up how that whole truth or dare, with the truth or dare episode where she went up and kissed him. Sabrina went up and kissed Demetrius. The thing's been off since then. Demetrius brings up how things have been up and down since then, so it is weird. And Tori brings up how he don't even think Sabrina and Demetrius's connection is that strong or that stable. I'm like, why do you think that? It's weird to me that he thinks because he likes her so much, her connection to Demetrius is less. It's like, no, I think Sabrina's just she's clouded enough in her brain to think she really likes him. I don't think I don't think she really liked Demetrius. But I also don't think she's going to be with Tori. So that's the weird thing about that. And he brings up how Sabrina looks at him, Donovan, and Demetrius all the same. So, he don't know who she like. And I was like, I think she like all y'all. She wants a little foursome. So he admits that he pulled back from Sabrina because she kissed Demetrius, and he should have done that. And it's weird that he knows he fucked up, but he still feel like he has the same spot he had come day one. It's like Tori, it's a whole different day now, bro. That ain't you. And then Demetrius admits that he also knows that she likes Tori and Donovan or whatever, but no one has made a decision yet. I feel like the fact that no one's made any decisions is what's the most aggravating because it makes the show a bit. This is episode 9. Why has no one made any kind of decisions in episode 9? It's like, it just gets on my nerve. And so they both want to kind of have some kind of conversation with Sabrina to get things figured out. So we do see Sabrina talk to Donovan, and she asked him if he feel like, well, have you had enough time, separate from your divorce to be single? He brings up he's only been single for about 3 to 4 months. I wonder if he means, has it been 3 or 4 months since your divorce was finalized, or has it been 3 or 4 months since you and your wife have been like, separate and done? Because I don't understand why you would be on a dating show 3 or 4 months after the divorce. I think if you were separated and y'all had that much time apart, and it's only been that much time since the paperwork been official, that's different. But if you've been separated like a year or two, he should be fine. But Sabrina's like, I don't want to be forced to be with somebody who's, not looking to have a real relationship. Someone who wants to just play the field, and I don't have time for that. And I'm like, I don't know if that's what he wants to do, but I do feel like you can't judge him just because he hasn't been single for that long, because who knows when that marriage ended, truth be told. But I'm gonna leave that be as well. Now we do see Carmen and Paul talking, to where one Paul brings about because Tina did not show up. He gonna focus on Carmen and the kid. And Karma, like, I feel like, if a connection is really strong or whatever, like if it's authentic, there's nothing to worry about. But she also felt like the men usually come to me. I'm saying they come to my yard, and this time no one is coming to me. So I need God to send me a sign on what I'm supposed to do. If what usually happens is not happening. I don't like Sabrina. Not Sabrina, I'm sorry. I don't like Carmen. I think Carmen's messy. I think Carmen is, a harlot who loves going to other women. I just do not like her energy. I feel like she always feels that somebody else is competition. And it was weird to me that she said at one point, I think when she was talking to Donovan, how she know that her only other competition is Sabrina, but she don't have nothing mean to say about Sabrina. But she be having all the smoke for the kid. And I'm like, why? I don't get it. Why have smoke for one woman and not the other? So I don't like Carmen. And Carmen gets on my nerves or whatever. But Paul, like, look, if things is real, if the feelings are real or whatever, and if I can feel the same feelings I felt on our dates, I think it'll be fine. Otherwise it won't be a connection, and that'll be the end of it. And I was like, coming from watching episode 1, where Paul kind of went at Ace, I'm still so confused on how he's here. All these episodes, like, how was he really here at the end with anybody hoping that they can really be a couple with him? And it's just confusing to me. I was like, why? Like, Paul, not that Paul is a complete asshole, which I also think he is, but at the same time, I feel like Paul puts on a front, and in his head, he think he's a player or whatever, and all his answers to me are rehearsed, and I just don't understand why he's here. It's just weird to me. We do also see everyone sitting around talking about Tina, how Tina's missing. Tina isn't returning nobody's phone calls. Tina told them allegedly that she was having car trouble, and it's a 2-day trip. But it's already been day 1, no one has heard from her, and it's like kind of like day 2, and no one has heard from her. And yes, honey, a whole harlot, okay, not like a whore, but like a little easy harlot. Some women are still going through hell and back just to say they are married. It makes no sense. I thought we were collectively agreed. We were done being rude. I'm sorry, done being ride or dies for this nonsense. You would think so, but sometimes that ain't what it is. But the men feel like, well, I think Tina really isn't invested in this process. I think Tina is kind of on bullshit. Tina is like not returning calls. She's not showing up. Does she really even want to be here? Let's not worry about Tina. And the women feel like, fuck Tina. We here with our connections or whatever. We here to participate. If she isn't, let her be, and then we'll see what happens later. And I was like, well, I guess that's the thing to do. Now we see Sabrina and Demetrius talking, and it's weird because she feel like, he doesn't show me enough that he likes me. You know what I'm saying? He's not putting forth as much of an effort to be with me, be around me, show me that he wants to be with me. And even though I'm showing him how much I like him, it's not being reciprocated. And that's the point that aggravates me, to where Sabrina puts all this energy to how, her top connection is with Demetrius, but you're saying that he isn't doing much. So what makes you want to even be like, yeah, he's my number one? I just don't get it. Even with Donovan, even though Donovan seems a bit more flirtatious when he's with the woman he likes. Like seeing him, he was rubbing on Carmen's legs or whatever. I still feel like he hasn't done much either. But I'm like the one who I feel has not done the most at all is Demetrius. I'm like Sabrina's choices of Demetrius, Donovan, and Tori. Tori, who backed down the minute, as she said, was a competition, and then Demetrius, who she says does not even interact with her on any "I like you" level. Then why are you so invested? It's just confusing to me. Um, Carmen's all over the place. She's just trying to get a man. I can't tell who she's genuinely interested in. I think she's trying to make it to the end. Carmen been trying to make it to the end and just won the competition since day one. Is my opinion. That's why I don't like. That's why I don't like her. But when Sabrina's talking to Demetrius or whatever about who likes who, and she kind of explains how well you don't really show me much that you like me, and he said like I'm not playing around here. Like if you really want something, it's on you to lose it. I'm looking like the fuck you mean? It's on her to lose it if she's telling you that you are not acting or you're not operating from a place that looks like he's interested in you. It's just so weird to me that that's how he worded that. But that's again why I feel like he don't be doing shit, and it makes me mad. And then we later on see Sabrina talking to Tori because Tori like I need to figure out my connections because one Tina not here, Asen left. He really only has, in my opinion, Sabrina left. Okay, I think he mentioned him and the kid have like a cute little friendship that could be more. I'm like, sir, not just late in the game. And he brings up how, well, I know we have not been connecting as much since that whole bonfire where you kissed Demetrius or whatever. But I do feel like I really like you, and I just don't know what's going on. And I think things change from there. And then he agreed, like things did change at that point. But she was like, but I just see it now as just being friends because so much time has happened. They haven't talked that much. And as he admittedly said earlier to Demetrius, he stopped really pursuing her. He kind of stopped the whole process of being around her because of how he felt. And I'm like, why would you think now at the time that y'all can kind of fall back into line with what was before? It was like, no. And her thing was, once it became a competition to where he would have to compete with whoever else, he backed away. I mean, he was pussy, couldn't handle competition, and then tried to make me feel like I had to only date him, and that isn't what this is. And now it's too late. Now I feel like we just friends, and that's it. And so he's like, well, I feel like I'm stuck. I'm stuck playing duck duck goose, and I'm the only one without no chair. It's like because you are, because you don't have any connect. When he had to meet her ex, I feel like at that point in time, he was already disinterested. So, and that was what, 2 weeks ago? I was like, no, sir, Tori, go home. Okay, as sexy as you was in this red shirt or your dreads put up, go home, sir. It ain't no, you have no connections here, and so don't waste my time. Don't waste my time. You don't love nobody here. Don't do that. Okay, at the all. Now we do see Clifton and Joy share the room, was interchanging clothes, okay, and came out in onesies, okay. And I was like, why are they in onesie? He was a minion, she was a giraffe, but they both was like, oh, we had to have fun pajamas. Meaning they had a conversation like, hey, bring a onesie. We're gonna, you had a conversation about doing things as a twosome, okay. And so when the kids see them come out all happy, happy, joy, joy in their onesies, she was like, oh, okay. So not only did they make a decision to sleep in the same room, they had a discussion about wearing matching onesies to be funsy, okay, and I don't like it. And so again, she feels like the odd man. Now, she said, I feel like Clifton, has made a choice already, just did not tell me. And the next morning when they woke up, with Joy and Clifton in the same room, and he's so happy to be waking up to Joy or whatever. And I was like, and Joy and him have a conversation at the water, or whatever. And she asked, like, do you feel like somebody, no, do you feel like you are someone else's connection here? You know what I'm saying? Not this man, but someone else's. He's like, what you mean, like, and do I feel like, it's more important to me? She's like, no, 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 no. I feel like someone else here feel like they have a more of a connection with you, so that maybe need to be a conversation. And he never quite answered the question. He keeps saying the word connection a lot. And to me, he's talking in circles. But he brings about like no one has made any decisions. And I'm like, well, that's the issue. You're not verbally making decisions, but your actions are making decisions, and it's making people feel some kind of way. I feel bad for Tori. The only reason I do not feel bad for Tori is because he made his bed. Like, I feel like you've been upset since she kissed Demetrius weeks ago, as if that isn't the point of this show. And you was a baby about that, and then you moved in a petty way after the fact, where you backed down from her, and now you feel like, okay, we can have a conversation and we can be okay. I think he did that with Ace too. Your connection with Sabrina was lacking, so okay, let me latch on to whoever else is around here. And even now, how he is aware that him and Sabrina ain't on really good terms, and he wants to latch on to him and the kid. It's, as Niecy would say, it's low hanging fruit, and no one has time for low hanging fruit. And that's on Pete. Now, Joy brings up, because when Clifton saw it, said how no one here has made any decisions yet. She's like, well, I don't feel like, I don't know how nobody else has figured shit out. I don't need to know nothing else. I know where my connection is. It's because I feel like Joy, since the beginning, has picked Clifton. And while she dated and talked to and had conversations with other people, she never wavered from dealing with him. And I don't know if it's because he's just that charming to her, or she don't see how he moves around other people, because how he moves with the kid is different. And so that's why the kid is upset. So the kid and Sabrina talk, because Sabrina checking on the kid, whatever, and the kid brings up how, I feel like the odd man out, because I came to the house with the plan to, get to know him a little bit more, to hang out a little bit more. They came in his house with a plan to share a room. So that makes me feel bad for myself, because again, the conversation me and him had was, we're gonna get up here, we got 2 days and we can spend some quality time, but he has not even really spoke to me or talked to me since we've been here. He's been spending most of his time with Joy. And that's why I said Clifton may not have said I picked Joy. His actions are I picked Joy, and it's unfair to the kid. Okay. But the kid also admit that she knew he had a connection with that lady, and that's what it was. I was like, girl, anyway. But she feel like he got there, and their plan, their conversation completely changed. What she thought would happen was not what he did, and she wants to now have a conversation with Clifton to clear up that thing. My thing is, I would not want to have a conversation with him, because if you can't come talk to me, I'm good, because I see you and what you're doing. And if that's how you want to move, that's cool with me. I'm gonna move on over here and see what's going on. But I mean, whatever. And she do meet with Paul later, because her and Paul, I guess, is not connected. Again, low hanging fruit. Um, and this is because Paul said, because Tina never showed up, he's gonna also now, feel around and see what else is going on out here. And I was like, girl, because Philip, Paul, and the kid has been on one date. So why is y'all acting like it's a connection after one date? Because no one else is there for y'all. Okay, that's fine. And it was pointless to me, because someone you've only been on one date with, and it's now episode 9. No, ma'am. It reminded me of what happened last season with Aisha and was it Divine? Aisha and that man who had them 3 kids, to where it was towards the end of things, and they kind of coupled up, and I was like, and they broken up now. Anyway, Paul do tell the kid how great she is, and how anyone who doesn't see how amazing she is, doesn't deserve her. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Oh, that is. I'm like, cry for Paul saying some shit. I was like, what is it, girl? Go home. Go home to, again, no, it's not that many couples here. It really, 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 really isn't. Besides Dante. That's his name, Dante. Yeah, that's who it reminds me of last season. It's just dumb to me. The kids wanting closure for something she knew was closed. She's choosing not to read the room. She's too smart for that. True. And my thing is, Clifton can't be that addictive, because to me, Clifton is more sexually expressive with the kid. It's more, that. And with Joy, it's more, I can sit here and just be with you forever. This is so great. It's more like, okay, I just want to hang out. I just want to be with you. And I think with the kid, he want to fuck the kid. That's what I think. And so it's just weird it's just weird. It's just weird. And then, for Paul to say, I want to see where this goes. Okay. I'm like, Paul, whatever. I wish I would have spent more time with you before now to, be further along with this. Whatever. I don't care. It gets on my nerves. And so when Tommy gets there, and he asks, "Is anybody talking to Tina? Is Tina here?" And they're like, "No, we ain't talk to her. She ran no phone calls. We don't know where she is, and so we're gonna leave that be or whatever." So he said, "I'm gonna talk to her later." Because I'm like, "How does no one, not even production, know where she at?" Okay. So we do see all the ladies talk about who they like, who they don't like. At this point in time, it's like to me, it's the final nine because again, Tina never showed up, and Sabrina says her strongest connections are with Demetrius and Donovan. And I was like, but why? But Donovan, I kind of get, but I don't understand why she's holding on to a connection with Demetrius. I just do not get it. Joy, of course, is Clifton. That's what it is. The kid brings up how Clifton was her top choice, but she is aware that he fully has a connection with Joy. And so for her, when me and Tori are kind of have a good friendship or whatever, and now Paul is now a new connection to. I'm looking like, how are you trying to cut this? It's maybe 2 episodes left. You and Paul, okay. Again, it's like Aisha and Donovan from last season. It's just weird. Carmen says her connections are Paul and Donovan. Yeah, those are 2. Now, who they do not like romantically. I was like, honey, no one. Joy brings up how Donovan is not a cup of tea, how, they tried this and tried that, so, they don't mesh well. The kid says Demetrius and Donovan. Carmen says Tori, and Sabrina says Tori and Paul. Now, the thing is, the ladies have to tell one man who has to go home today. Now, while Sabrina was the one who told Tori and Paul, you're at the bottom 2. Okay, it cut off, or we did not find out who will be going home this week. But I was like, that's done because the preview for next episode shows Paul there. So my thing is, clearly that means Tori went home. Now, whether they sent him home or whether he just said, you know what, I'm gonna leave because I don't have no connection. I'm like, why would y'all not show he went home and then in the following preview 5 seconds later show Paul in the next episode at a whole different location, meaning he didn't get sent home. So I was looking like, do y'all make me stupid? What's going on here? I don't know. Anyway, but that was all it was for Put a Ring on It. Look, this is my final predictions. I feel like it's going to be Joy and Clifton, but I do not see them working out long term. It's going to be, we seen a picture of Paul and Carmen, supposedly in current times. So I can see Carmen picking Paul so she can win Paul. And I see Sabrina probably picking Donovan. And again, it not really working in the long haul. I do not see her picking Demetrius because, again, I just feel like he don't do enough. I just don't. I see the kid going home just because she not going to be mixed up with Paul. She isn't. I think Tina going to come back next week and she going to either say I'm done or the people will be done with her. But, we shall see. And wait. The next preview we see that Donovan did say that Sabrina kind of came and hided him. So that may be the only reason she may pick Demetrius if Donovan is kind of like, you know what, I don't want her. I'm done with her. And at that point, Donovan will go home as well. So, it's stupid. Anyway, that's all I have for what's that show called? Ready to Love. So go ahead and like the video before I put on the next show. Because liking is the thing to always do, okay? Honey, put a ring on it. This is season 3, episode 2. These fools on this show is tripping, okay? Fully tripping. I was like, they need restraining orders and counseling and everything in between. I'm just confused on what's going on around here. I was like, please, everybody get out my damn face. So we do see the episode picks up. Well, I'm gonna pause screen right where the last one left off, where Shay is a little bit upset because of the notion that she is not met in any real capacity Alfonso's mama. So she's upset about that or whatever. And I was like, Lord, when Alfonso said, you know what I'm saying, he didn't feel like, or he didn't know that she would air their dirty. I said, air y'all what? Dirty laundry. Sir, y'all don't want a TV show about y'all relationship. Why would you think the issue in your relationship would not come up in the show? So I was confused on why he was like, confused on her talking about their actual issues. Now, you know, she come back out and she chill out or whatever. And Shay brings up how she does not want a second date with old boy because he was not her type physically. And Alfonso said he knew she would not like him because again, he know her type and it ain't him. Fine, fine, fine. We do see Charlene. Okay, and Charlene says her date was fun. But how when she got home, Otis was a complete asshole when she got home, and also threw her flowers in the trash, and how he told her to go take a shower. Now he tried petty ass Otis is messy as well because he deliberately be saying things to her knowing what he means, and then when he tries to explain it later, he try to make it sound, oh no, that's not what I meant, that ain't what I meant, no ma'am, no sir, no thank you. It's like you did not say. He gonna say, well, I told her to take a shower because she had been playing soccer. Nigga, what? And I'm like, see, I don't like him because you lying and you trying to placate, you trying to act like you're this nice guy who was just a little bit upset or whatever, but you weren't saying anything rude to her, but you were. Otis is a disrespectful, lying asshole who thinks he's the boss of her. And you know that Nicole brings up how, you know, you made her feel like she was dirty, and you should take ownership over how you made her feel, because you can't control the other person in this process. And he's trying to control what she do, how she do it, how she respond. It was the messiest shit I've ever seen, and it made me want to punch him in the throat. Okay, in the throat. Now Charlene decides that she does not want a second date with Meta, and I felt like it's because I didn't like Meta. Even I was like, no, you know, say he seemed a little chill. Now Shorty and crazy ass Kenneth. Yes, Kenneth is crazy. Can't tell me any different. Someone need to make sure that he's locked up somewhere in therapy. Lock him in a room with therapists for a long, long time. So Shorty brings up her date with Hollywood was very engaged and they had a lot of conversation. It was easy to talk to him about different things. And you know, it's not that easy having deep conversation with Kenneth. Okay. She then brings up how after her date, Kenneth asked again, tossed her necklace out the window. He also then locked he took her phone, locked himself in a room with her phone for hours, and was going through her text messages and was then fussing at her about, oh, you talking to your friends about me and this and that. I'm like, you what? I was like, Kenneth is crazy. Look, Kenneth is insane. I had to get up a little bit taller. Kenneth is insane. Okay. Kenneth is completely insane. And if she does not run, 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 because Kenneth is nuts. No, any man who locks himself in a room with your cell phone because y'all are on a TV show where y'all both are supposed to be dating other people, and this fool locked himself in a room because he felt like you on bullshit off of one date because the dude got you a gift. I was like, get out my face, girl, run. Okay, Shorty, run from Kenneth right now. Okay, I was like, no, Kenneth is a petty ass baby boy bitch. Period. Okay, period. Okay, but I was overwhelmed. You said I was overwhelmed. I overreacted, whatever. I know this. Okay, Kenneth can't be trusted. He cannot be trusted at the all. And when Shorty said how she did want a second date with Hollywood, oh, he was like, you know, Oh, really? Yo, oh, really? And I'm like, he gonna cry in the car. The minute she said yes, she wants to have a second date, I said, oh, he is going to cry in the car, and I hope he don't also kill her on the way home. He can't. No, he can. He cannot be trusted. He can't. He seems crazy, deranged, and I was like, don't do it. Oldest is straight off the short. It's not the short yellow bus. Early lunch attendee. He gives abuse and controlling. I hope Charlene leaves him. He does seem abusive. He does, and it's his demeanor. It's how he tries to manipulate the fact that what he said was not what he meant. Kenneth has issues, emotionally unstable. Shorty seems like an actress. She seems a little unstable too. I wonder why she's with him. Foolishness and fugazi. Now in the car, because I said Kenneth gonna cry in the car. They get in the car and we see they had not even pulled off from the counseling session. He's already questioning her about why she wants to be on a second date with Hollywood. And she's like, look, you know what I'm saying? We here for this process. We knew what we came here to do or whatever. A part of that is dating other people, but that does not mean that I don't want you. I'm just fully in the process of what we're doing here. And we see that he then gives her phone back that he took and was reading her messages. So she's down going through her phone because he's had this whole time or whatever. She then see that he has sent himself screenshots and copies of her banking and financial information. I was like, oh, he a robber. Oh, he gonna rob you. Because what reason would you have to take her phone and while you have her phone, send yourself her banking information? And I was like, the fuck. And the fact that she was at that point in time, she was pissed. Because like this what you were doing? I am disgusted with you. I cannot. But what were you doing? Like, I was still being dumb. I was still being immature. Okay. She's like, no, no, no. You need to delete that shit out your phone wherever you sent it to. You need to show me that you deleted it out because you should not have my banking and I was like that. He gonna rob you, girl. He looked crazy right here, and this is the crazy part. He's so crazy. He sent her shit. He sent himself shit from her phone, did not delete out what he did. So he wanted her to see he did some stupid shit. I was like, oh, you crazy, crazy. Oh, you want some bullshit. I was like, what is wrong with Shorty? What is wrong with Kenneth? Because ain't no way on God's green earth I'm going to take my girl's financial information, send it to myself, and let her see it. You crazy. You're insane. Okay. And I appreciate how pissed off she was, but don't be pissed off only to forgive. Mm-mm. No, because the whole time she's saying to him, take that shit out your phone. He like, can we talk about it later? No, nigga, right now. You can right now, immediately do it now. And I'm like, but he ain't gonna do it. Because he crazy. I was like, what's going on? Because he gonna cry in the car. That was gonna happen. Ain't nothing else left. And the fact that he thought that was cool to do is crazy too. Now they went back to the house. Okay, I know I was wrong. I'm saying I was in the headspace that you was against me. Okay, I know I should be more mature. Okay, and not be mean and try to sabotage her. I say, nigga, sabotage. You want to sabotage your girlfriend? I was like, no. Okay, she brought up how when he feel like they might break up, if he feel they're over, he wants to ruin her. He wants to make sure that either no man wants her job, wants to fire her, her friend will he wants her friends to look at her dirt. I was like, not the friends too. She said at one point, at one time before, he went to her job social media page and spammed the comment section with negative and horrible comments about her. Because I was like, nigga, what? What? Shorty, why you with him? For what? Because when you know someone is doing things to ruin you, why would you stay? And she then says to him, I feel like you are forcing me to be with you because I don't want to deal with the consequences that would happen if I break up with you, okay? Because I don't know what you would do. And I'm like, he is. He's blackmailing you. He's scaring you. He's threatening you. He is putting you in fear of leaving him. I feel like she brought him on the show to show people how crazy he is. So when she leaves him, if he kills her, they know who did it. Or if something crazy happens and if her news thing, whatever, they know it was him because he's crazy and deranged. But I would have been left his ass. Okay, I gotta go. Gotta leave. This nigga's crazy. Okay, get out. Get out. Period. And the fact that she then look, this is my thing. Leave that man and get a PPO. Look, don't put a ring on it. Put a personal protection order on him. Get a restraining order. You don't need no ring. You need a cop car sitting outside your job in your house because he's insane. No, fuck him admitting how the fact that he's admitting how fucked up he is means he's really crazy because he's crazy enough that he know he crazy. And then he was up here, had a crying voice and no tears. Don't trust no man who uses his crying voice on you because it's manipulation. Pissed me off. Okay, I was like, he needs to be single in therapy for some years before he even attempts to be in there. He should not be dating. Why? he I was so aggravated to see the fact that he was fully aware that he was crazy. He's fully aware he's done these things to her, and he just, I'm just gonna keep going and leave it be. It was like, get out my damn face. Anyway, we see a couple days. Otis has a date with old girl. Her name is Charlotte. No, Cherie. She's 30 from Florida, whatever. And she's like, I feel on vibes. And you saying if the vibes are really cute, I am very flirtatious or whatever. Now, Charlene, not Charlene. What's her name? Charlena, girl, his girlfriend. I can't think of what her name is. How it's pronounced. I think it's pronounced Charlena. I think it's Charlena. I don't know. Anyway, she feel like Otis could be petty. He may be petty and do something out of anger just because he feel like she crossed a boundary. He may purposely do things just to piss her off. And I'm like, cause he petty and he's vindictive. And he is very, very much so an alpha male, but he's the kind of alpha male who wants property. He doesn't want a relationship. He wants someone that he can control. And I really, really, really hope that she sees it and she lets it go. Okay. Now, when he went on a date with old girl with Cherie, he brings up how she was very classy and respectful because she was covered up. Okay. But he also wants to see more skin on a first date. I'm just like, what? And when she asked him what kind of woman he likes, he said, I want a woman who is respectful, who's loyal. They have to be, good to look at as well or whatever, because beauty fades. And I also need her to carry herself well because she represents me. He then said, just like a good brand. I'm like, a good brand. I'm like, again, he wants property. He wants someone he can say, this is my girlfriend. She's on a little shelf. I'll pull it down when I want to. I'll put it back. I'm done. I don't like him. I don't. And he seemed like he's very toxic. But because he's very, very handsome and has a nice body, he can just, bat his eyelashes or whatever, and all is forgiven. He's dangerous as well. These men on this show, this season, are dangerous because each of them has flaws. Petty ass Otis is definitely a manipulator who I feel like he thinks his looks will get him out of how much of an asshole he is. Alfonso wants to ignore all the elephants in the room about his girlfriend not being able to meet his mom, but she's a whole issue too. We're going to get to that in 1 second. And then crazy ass Kenneth is crazy and deranged. Day that crazy bitch out there. I don't like it. I do not like it at all. Look, this right here is crazy. completely. And Otis acting like, oh, I need someone who's going to be this great brand. I'm looking like, for what? He then gets home. They went like a cake making date or whatever. He gets home, gives Charlena I think it's Charlena. He gives Charlena the cake he made or whatever. I'm just like, man, fuck that cake. I would the same way he tossed my flowers, I would have tossed that goddamn cake. Um, and then he brings up how I don't think we need boundaries anymore for these dates or whatever because I have fun and whatnot. And so, we can just cut the no. She said, nigga, no, you ain't gonna trick me. And my thing is, I don't know if she was saying you not gonna trick me into allowing you to cross boundaries, or she feel like she's saying I'm not gonna let you convince me that you don't that I can cross boundaries, and then when I do, you get pissed at me. I am scared for her life. Okay, because again, his face looks like that of a man who in public is like, oh, he's a great man. He's great, and behind closed doors, he's beating her. Okay, it's what was that movie that what was the movie with Julia Roberts, that crazy man that she had to leave and take her own death. Why can I think of the movie? Because I watch it all the time. But he's a crazy man who looks great in person to people, but behind closed doors, he's fucking insane. And he's beating his wife. And she's a fake her death to get away from him, like Julia Roberts did. And that movie that I can't think, and it's such a great movie. God damn it. Anyway, they had a fun date, you know what I'm saying? It was what it was. We're gonna move on from that. Let's see. The Kaya Paul was giving Winter, Anthony. Oh, Winter and Anthony. Yes. Black man with white woman tears. New show Ringer PPO. It should be both. Otis thinks he owns, and yes, he owns and control. Yes, sleeping with the enemy. Yes, that is. Look, I'm gonna watch that movie. If I can find it on the bed today. That's what it gives me. Like, he's that perfect husband who his friends, his colleagues, even her friends, they all think they're this perfect couple. But behind closed doors, he beating her because the goddamn tomato sauce was in the wrong shelf. Okay, it makes me mad. Okay, I don't like it. He not tricking me because he's very handsome and he's very charming. But it's like when he talks, you can hear this the misogynistic. I want to own somebody out of throat, and it makes me mad. It just aggravates me. Okay, now we see Shay and Alfonso having a conversation before his date. First of all, I think she is more beautiful with no makeup on. I think with makeup, she's very, 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 very made up. But I love how she looks naturally, without the makeup on. She's like, I can't believe you never talked to me about why I got so upset, in counseling. And he like, well, I just didn't expect, you to bring up our issues or whatever. I just felt like, you was, doing the most or whatever. And she's like, oh, so you wanted me to just keep sweeping our problems up under the rug. And again, any man thinking, why would she bring up what's going on? The show is about y'all relationship. So why would y'all do that? But she's like, you want me to act like everything was fine. I can't do that. And for him, when he said, I've already, talked to everyone involved, talked to my mom or whatever else. And so I feel like him saying, I don't know why you won't talk to her, because I don't think, I can fix what's going on. Her thinking because it's your mama. You know what I'm saying? I have never done anything wrong to that lady. It's your mom. So she should respect me based on who I am to you. I think it's crazy that they're on a show about, putting a ring on it, and she not cool with his mama and really hasn't met his mom. To me, that means y'all have more issues because y'all not even really connected. Because if that man is close with his mom, but you are not, and the mom don't want to meet you, that's an issue for me. And my issue would be with him. Like, you want bullshit, bro, I have to leave you. But again, she leave that be. Because again, he has to get ready for his date. Now, he's going on a date with Chantel, who is 33 years old. She's from Brooklyn, New York, whatever. And they say, what's your type? And she said, I like, dark skin, big, with a bald head. I said, oh, you like Alfonso. Because she described him to a T. I was like, oh, this is going to be messy, okay? And so when she gets to the door, Shay cracked the door. Like, hey, one more. She would not open the door for her. And then said she was upset because why are you so excited? Why are you so happy? What's going on? What's going on? Or whatever. And so I'm like, you wouldn't open the door for the girl at first. You didn't let her in. She's always like, hey, I'm Chantel. She would not shake the girl's hand. I'm always confused about the person being upset and rude to the date because you know why you came here. And not only that, because I didn't like last week when Otis was rude to, old girl date. I don't like that, y'all. It's a fucking TV show. But anyway, I did not like the energy she had for Chantel. You don't know that lady. So how are you already like being rude and dismissive to her? She ain't did shit besides come to the show just like you did. So she then like button your your shirt. You should button your shirt like that's to my lady. Who look? You can't do that. I would never show how jealous I am because that's what she is. Like that. You're showing you're insecure because my thing is if you not worried about what he gonna do, you would not be worried about how that girl dressed or nothing because you have no competition. You showing the cracks and shit, and I'm like, no ma'am, no ma'am. Okay, she followed them to the car, y'all. The fact that she came out, followed them to the car, and was like, you know what I'm saying, don't put your arm on an armrest and saying, this is my seat and my car and my man. Get your cheetah print ass in the house. What are you doing? Why are you bothering these people? I was like, what is going on? Why is any of this happening? I don't get it. So we do see, it was messy. And I like how Chantel said to her, I'm doing me. I can't operate on how, you want to, like, leave me be basically. And I was like, mm-mm. And I said, you know what? This why his mama don't like her. And I'm not trying to excuse Alfonso for not creating a bond between his mom and her, but I can see if this how you treating a girl who's a stranger, how would you treat his mom who probably don't like you? I don't know. Anyway, so on the date, we do see Chantel and Alfonso get along or whatever. They were vibing and whatnot because again, she like him and he like her. But I think he also knows my girl crazy, so I can't really show how happy I am to be out dating this girl or whatever because she gonna see the TV show back and she gonna be pissed at me. But we found out that Chantel has 2 kids, 2 sons. Alfonso has 3 children. Okay, he also has a 20-year-old daughter. I was like 20, and even Chantel said, "You do not look like you have a 20-year-old daughter, but you're old enough to have a 20-year-old daughter." But he brings up how he and Shay don't have kids together. Shay don't have any kids. So he said for him, he's open to having more kids because he does want to allow Shay to experience being a mom, but they don't have any kids together. And I'm like, but if his oldest daughter is 20, I do wonder how old are the 2 sons to where the baby mama is still like cool with his mama. Because if his big mama is the mother of the 20-year-old, I'm like, girl, that means she's been around for years. Okay, for years. I was like, It wasn't necessary for her to act like that when it got to the car. Look, the fact that she came out the house and followed them to the car was crazy to me. The fact that they were in a little hallway in the house and she kind of would not let them leave and kept saying, button your shirt, don't call her babe. I was like, what are you doing? You look foolish. You look foolish. And not because, Alonzo was a great guy or whatnot. It's because you doing too much based on the show you're on. You just was on a date last week. And it's because you did not like your date don't mean that you have the right to act a plumby fool and be rude to this girl who ain't did shit besides show up. It was weird to me. Okay. But at the end of the day, Alfonso like Chantel and Chantel like Alfonso. And I do feel like the only reason he may say no to a second date is because he don't want any friction between Chantel and Shay. I can see Shay getting booked. You know what I'm saying? With whoever, because we know she'll get booked later on this season with someone else. I'm gonna leave that be. Now we do see Kenneth, who goes on a date with a chick named Shemaya. Shemaya, go home, because Kenneth is too mature to date anyone or whatever. And because Kenneth said, even though Shemaya was a good looking woman, he still so focused on the issues going on with him and Shorty that he can't even really focus on his date. So I'm like, the date was boring. They went to like a glass blowing place, which is fun. I've been to one before. But he was so preoccupied in, I need to be a better man for Shorty. I need to be better for Shorty. You just stop taking her goddamn phone and stealing her banking information. You crazy ass person, okay? But it was a boring date. Now he do tell old girl how I'm sorry that I'm not just talking to her because it's a lot going on. But it was a boring date. It will not be a second date. And it's not because he's so focused on being there for Shorty. He knows Shorty gonna go out and have these fun dates. And he like, if I don't fix myself, she's gonna leave me. And if she leave me, I gotta involve on my threats, and I don't want to do that. It was just dumb. Now, when they all talked to Dr. Nicole, it starts with Shay and Alfonso, and he bring up how much she was on complete bullshit, okay, with not opening the door, talking about how the girl was dressed, following them to the car, and telling him how, you don't put your arm. The fact that he she was telling my date to not put her arm on the armrest because it's too close to my arm. I'm looking like, bitch, the armrest is for the arms. Your man thick, okay? And he which one did he do, okay? And then I was like, it's crazy. Now Shay then said he was just too happy and excited, about a date with a stranger. And this how he is in my face. I know when I feel like he be out here on social media doing the most with women, it's probably true. I have seen it for the first time in my face. She said, I've had women message me and contact me telling me get my coochie checked because my man out here fucking other people. And I look like, this is my thing. If you have multiple women contacting you about your man fucking other people, y'all should not be on this show because y'all have bigger problems to solve, to fix. And none of it has to do with being on dates with other people. And every season it be some bull of the shit with these couple. I was like, what? And she admitted, some of my issue wasn't with the dates. Okay, it wasn't with her. It was seeing him be happy about a date. And that means he probably out here happy with other women he see, because he must own a strip club or he a pimp. Because he brought up in the day how he's always around other women. So now he's either a pimp or he on the strip club. What's good? Same thing. But it's weird to me that it triggered her so much that she was then rude and crazy to a female who had nothing to do. She was on a show, man. It was a whole show. But it made me mad, okay? And then she told him, or just in general, how she was like, I have no sense of security with him. So it puts us in a bad space when I see shit like that. I'm like, again, then why are y'all here? What are y'all here for? Okay, we have Shorty who has a crazy, deranged boyfriend, okay, who wants to sabotage her if they break up, okay? We then have Shay and Alfonso where she don't feel secure in their relationship because he will not put forth any effort to force his mom to accept her as his girlfriend, okay? And we have manipulative ass, alpha male ass, petty ass Otis who is just rude and wants to own Charlena. And I was like, Dr. Nicole, fix all this by telling each woman to leave these men. Okay? Leave these men. And clearly we know that Shorty is older than crazy as Kenneth. Okay? We know that because it's a whole difference in between the two. I was like, Donovan has been separated for a year, but the divorce was final a few months at the time. I figured that. So it's back before Ready to Love. Right. Shay knows she shouldn't want Rick Floss. Not Rick Floss. Cross. Chantel was cute. Of course, he would be happy. You know what I'm saying? It's just stupidness. Okay. And that's how the episode goes off with her just saying how she's not in a secure place between her and Alfonso. I was like, ma'am, You want bullshit. Anyway, that's all I have for these 3 shows. I hope y'all enjoyed my whole little review for Ratings of Love, Put a Ring on It, and also Marry Me Now. I now have to get off this live to jump on my other live for Love After Lockup. So again, when I leave here, within 5 minutes, I'm going to be live for Love After Lockup. Come on over there. Thank you all for being here. Please make sure to like the video, comment in the comment section for 3 watchers, and also like the video. Follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner, and y'all know to subscribe to this channel too. But I gotta go. Love you all. Peace.